So today's opener, the front side is just like the quiz that you guys are going to take here in about 10 minutes. The back side covers the lesson that I taught you yesterday, which is what you're going to have the quiz over on Friday, okay? So 2 quizzes this week. So 4 openers, 3 worksheets, 2 quizzes, 1 star 360. That was the plan. For each pair, find a number that multiplies to M and adds to A. So if I'm going to find a number that multiplies for M and adds to A, what do I need to do first?
Find the factors of 50.
Okay, what are the factors of 50?
150, 225, and 510.
Okay. Now, do any of these factors add up together to get 51?
50 and 1.
So there's my answer, 1 and 50. Now, if you put 1 times 50, that answer would be incorrect. I want a 1 comma 50 or a 1 and 50. I do not want to see an operation sign in there. Okay? My next one, my M is 50. My A is 15.
5 and 10.
5 and 10. So if I multiply 5 and 10 together, I will get 50. And then if I add them together for my A, I'll get 15. And the last one,
2 and 25.
2 and 25. Questions on how we got the top 3? All right, let's look at the bottom.
Can I do the
Factors for 180?
all of them?
Yes, please. Okay, so we're going to do the factors of 180. And there's a lot. So
1
here.
and 180,
Okay, hold
2
on.
and 90, 3 and 60, 4 and 45,
Hold on, I'm on 3 and 60. That's okay.
4 and 45,
Okay.
5 and 36, 6 and 30, 9 and 20, 10 and 18, and 12 and 15.
Okay. So of these factors, what does that mean, factors of 180?
What equals it?
What 2 numbers times by each other equal?
Yeah.
By that.
So which of these factors can I now add together to get my A?
45 and 4.
4 and 45.
Okay.
That
What
one-
about for 27, Toby?
12 and 15.
12 and 15. And what about for 25? Why are you guys quiet?
5 and 2. Or 5 and. Ah!
For the last one, yeah, I wasn't able to actually.
Yeah, neither was I.
So you're telling me you can't do it?
No, I put it in our solution.
You can't do.
Wait, would that be right in our solution?
You can do. You can write that too.
Oh, I just want to look
Okay.
down.
Now, when you have your quiz, you will not have one that you cannot find the MA for. Okay. So the quiz, you'll have all answers. All right.
Quiz look like this.
Yep. 6 points.
That's it.
Yep. All right, flip it over. Let's take a look at the backside. This is probably one of my favorite lessons because you really get to see all the hard work that you've done from 8.1 to 8.6 and you throw it all together. So I'm looking at my 8.7 notes. If you do not remember how to do this, look at your 8.7 notes. We have 5 steps we're going to follow in order to complete this. So the directions say factor the following expression using the area model. What does step 1 tell me to do?
Put the M down. Equals 10 plus, or times 18.
So M, you find the M and the A. The M you find by taking 10 times 18, the first coefficient, times the third coefficient, which equals,
180.
okay? And then your A is the,
The,
Or
the combined.
no, what's the A?
The,
middle letter. The
27.
The 27. Now, coefficient is just the number, so I don't want the variable. So that's step 1. Step 2 tells me what can I multiply to get 180 and add to get 27. Toby?
By the numbers that multiply to M and add to A.
Mm-hmm. What is that going to be? So let's think of our factors of 180. We have 1 and 180. If I add those, that's too many. We have 2 and 90. If I add those two together, it's too many. What else? 3 and 60. If I add 3 plus 60, that's too many. So what Toby's doing, 4 and what?
45.
4 and what?
45.
Sorry, thank you. If I add those two together, it doesn't equal 27. So what Toby's doing, she's looking at our opener on the front side because we already found the factors of 180. What's after 4? So we have 5 and 20?
Why are we using 180? Oh, never mind.
6 and 30. Wait, no. I said 30. I said 36.
Is it 5 and 24?
5 and 36.
5 and 36, thank you.
Would that be a fact? Oh, yeah.
6 and 30.
6 and 30, then what?
9 and 20.
Are any of these working yet? Okay, then what?
10 and 18.
Okay.
And then
12
12
and
and 15.
15.
Do any of these add up to be 27?
Yep.
12 and 13.
Okay, so I'm going to circle those. So I just completed step 1 and step 2 of my notes. Step 3 says to do what then?
Put you write down 10A in the top left.
Okay.
Square. And then you put 18 on the bottom right.
Okay.
And then you would put the 12 or 15 in the top. Okay, we could put the 15 in the top right,
Okay, does it matter if I put the 12 or the
No.
15 here? Nah, doesn't matter.
and then 12 down on the bottom.
So
left.
the MA is going to be the top right and bottom left areas of your area model. Now, the 12 and 15, if you remember, those are the terms that we combine to get our 27A. So what does a 12 and 15 have to have along with it to get me to 27A? What? A, yeah. So make sure you put that A with the 12 and 15. Okay, so now we've done steps 1, 2, 3, and I'm ready to do step 4. Robert, what's step 4 say to do?
After the top row of the rectangles using the GCF.
Okay, so that means I'm going to find the greatest common factor of the top row. So what's the top row?
Height.
10a squared and 15a. So I'm going to find the greatest common factor of these two terms. So how do I do that?
2 and 5 for 10 and 3 and 5 for 15.
Okay, just looking, without making our list, what number do they share?
5.
So the greatest common factor is going to be 5. What about variable?
5A.
5a. Now the greatest common factor, if you guys remember from last week's lesson, becomes the height. So now I have enough information to start solving my area model. So I'm going to have my height times something, so I'm missing my length, so I'm still trying to find my length. So 5a times what will get me to 12a squared? Sorry, so 5a times what will get me to 10a squared?
2A.
2a. And if this is the height, or excuse me, if this is the length of my rectangle above, it's also going to be the length of what?
The one below.
The one below. So I'm going to bring that on down. Now remember, we always do the length second. Okay? Then I find the length of my second rectangle. So 5a times what equals 15a?
3.
3. And if that's the length of my rectangle above, it's also the length of the rectangle below. So I'm going to bring that down. What information do I need now?
You need to figure out the bottom height.
Height.
So
So,
it would be 6. 'cause
okay. Does
2
6 times 3 actually equal 18 then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be my height. My final answer is then going to be what? So I basically just took this expression and I factored it. So it's
5A plus 6. And
'Cause I'm gonna take my
2A
height.
plus 3.
times my length, excuse me.
That was easy.
And there it is. That's it.